So, the epic saga of the latest Star Trek film is still ongoing, it seems. This is a fascinating turn of events because they'd cancelled the fourth one. They were going to reboot it. Now they're bringing the fourth one back. All the cast were back, and then oh wait, shock horror! The actors don't even know you're filming with them. What? Honestly, all over the place. This entire film has been, from start to finish, a shit show. Like hilarious. Honestly, you couldn't. The people organising this couldn't organise a piss up in a brewery. Couldn't organise a shit in a toilet. Okay, it's terrible. So let's take a look at this. Hit subscribe if you're new here. This fundamentally goes to show just the insane levels of incompetence with people that are paid far too much sums of money. But we have an update on the film. Kind of, anyway. Courtesy of Zachary Quinto. Explains why the fourth Kelvin, a slight typo there, Kevlin, timeline film is stuck in production hell. So, Star Trek actor Zachary Quinto, who played Spock in the Kelvin timeline of films launched by director J.J. Abrams in 2009, recently explained why a planned fourth film is stuck in production hell. Now, there's a lot of backstory here, and some people may be familiar with this, but honestly, just stay for the recap because it's so funny. They get paid millions, remember? It's hilarious. So stay for this, because goodness me, is it funny. So a fourth film in the Kelvin timeline was announced back in February of 2022 by Paramount Pictures CEO Brian Robbins and Abrams. Wow, new film. The film was expected to see Chris Pine, Quinto, Simon Pegg, Urban, Zoe Saldana and John Cho return. However, immediately after the announcement, sources tell Hollywood Reporter that most, if not all, teams for the franchise's primary players, who include Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto, Simon Pegg, Carl Urban, Zoe Saldana and John Cho, were not aware that an announcement for another film was coming, much less that their clients would be touted as part of the deal, and certainly not that the clients would be shooting a movie by year's end. These people get paid millions. I mean, the actors do, but I'm talking about the heads of Paramount. Like, so what? Paramount CEO? Yeah, we're going to make another film. They're all coming back. Sorry, what? Huh? All right then. So by April of 2022, a number of actors have made it clear that Kit's report was more than just a rumor. So Quinto told the Hollywood Reporter, I don't know that we'll do it this year. I don't know when it will happen. And I always maintain that I would love to do it. Again, by shooting by the year's end. By the end of last year. Oh, fuck. God, again, by the end of last year, they were supposed to be shooting this film. But until I get something concrete, we're shooting this day. Here's your script. Get ready. I'm in a wait-and-see pattern. I'm not really attached to it in any way until I have much more definitive certainty that it's actually happening. Basically, it sounds like you're just blowing smoke. So before Quinto, Urban, Carl Urban, who played Bones, told Variety, I haven't seen a script, I know nothing, but I would love to work with those guys again. So much fun. The best hang. We'll see. Chris Pine also said, I know there's a script out there somewhere, and I'm waiting to see it. Looking forward to reading it. I love the group, I love the team, I love the world. Happy to go to work. These people get paid millions, guys. As for what is causing the film to be stuck in production hell, Trek Movie reported that Quinto attended a Q&A session at the 57-year Mission Convention in Las Vegas, where he said, and I quote, I think there's a lot of other stuff, creative things, it's complicated. The fact that anything good gets made is kind of a miracle. I think it's about different people having different agendas and ideas about what it will be, and I don't know if and when it will happen. And if coalesces again and we come back and we're able to do it, wonderful. If not, we had a great run. Sounds like everything that we know about Hollywood in general, doesn't it? It's just not happening. Production hell. Just floating away like a paper bag in the wind. Oh, I love it. How can you mess this up that bad? Now, initially, a lot of it was to do with contracts, right? Because they wanted Chris Pine, Chris Hemsworth back, like some weird time traveling thing. I think that's still on the cards. That's kind of what they wanted. And people blame Chris Pine and Chris Hemsworth because they're like, pay me what's owed in the contract. And Paramount are like, oh, I can't. It's like, well, you shouldn't have signed the contracts then, should you, Paramount? You idiots. You know, Chris Pine is obviously going to want what his contract says. If you have a contract saying you will get X, Y, and Z millions of dollars, you're going to go, yeah, I'll have that, please. No, I'm not coming back otherwise. You signed that as well as I, so, you know, give me that money. Obviously. Now, like, again, I understand that stars are way overpaid. I get that. But this is the crux of the main issue anyway in general, is that studios should never sign up to pay stars that amount of money. It's staggeringly high sums of cash, and they should never get that money. It's insane. But if you're due it, you're going to get it. You're going to want to get it, aren't you? So interestingly, even before that announcement of the fourth film, Simon Pegg had told Games Radar in 2020 that he believed the entire production had lost momentum due to the death of Anton Yelchin, who played Pavel Chekhov, which was very sad. That's just such a horrible incident that occurred. And he said, we've lost momentum. I think losing Anton was a huge blow to our little family, and our enthusiasm to do another one might have been affected by that. So I don't know. And he also said about economics, which makes perfect sense. He says, the fact is, Star Trek movies don't make Marvel money. They make maybe 500 million at the most, and to make one now, on the scale that they've set themselves, is $200 million. You have to make 3 times that to make a profit. What we've been saying for ages, 2.5, 3 times that amount. People always go, you're talking out your ass. No. That is how to make a profit, guys. 2.5, 3 times the amount. 2.5 to break even, 3 to make profit. We've been saying for ages. Not only did he point to the economics of the films, but he also noted that there were problems with how the studio marketed Star Trek Beyond, the most recent Kelvin timeline film. I don't feel like the last one, they didn't really take advantage of the 50th anniversary. The regiment at the time dropped the ball on the promo of the film. These films, look, I don't know. I want a good Star Trek film. I quite like Star Trek. I really like her as an actress. Sofia Boutella. She's great. And I quite like as well, actually, this whole cast in general. I think they did a really good job in their respective roles. Like Urban as Bones, that's inspired casting. I think Zachary Quinto as Spock, cool. I even quite like Chris Pine, to be honest. I think he's pretty decent in that role. So would I want to see another one? Yes, unequivocally, absolutely. Is it hilarious that they are just floundering like a fish out of water? Yes, absolutely. Let me know what you think down below. Love to hear it. Cheers, guys. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye-bye now.